Yeah, all right, girl stalker. Hi, Mr. Bill. I'm from the Czech Republic. Well, how are you? How's it going? Do you ever go up to Hungary and get some of that Art Deco furniture that they send over here? What is it, from Budapest? You even charge us $1 zillion for it? Anyways, he goes, I listen to the Monday morning podcast like every single week, and I love what you're doing. Well, thank you. He goes, I know you don't owe me anything, but I really need some advice right now. Yes, I do owe you. Because you're walking around the Czech Republic going, have you heard about this redheaded over there in the States? And someday I'll do a gig in Prague. You guys got a funny bone over there? Because I'll do it. He said, there's a chick living in my neighborhood, and she's really into me. I mean, a lot. And much more I would like to. I was going to say your English was unreal, and I wasn't believing that you were from the Czech Republic. By going, there was a chick living in my neighborhood. You're using the slang properly. And then the next sentence, he goes, I mean a lot, and much more I would like to. All right. She calls me in the middle of the night, keeps knocking on my door, calling my name, throws rocks at my window, and once climbed on a tree next to my house, came inside my room, and waited under my bed until I arrived. Yeah, dude, you can't have this. That's fucking creepy. I didn't even know... She wasn't barefoot, was she? She's barefoot. I think she's a vampire. You know, aren't they always barefoot and they have, like, their breath is cold? I don't know. Oh, Jesus. He goes, I didn't even know there is something like girl stalking, but now I'm starting to be worried. The only thing I did was helping her back on her feet when she faded out on my friend's party a couple of months ago. I don't want to be mean or hurt her feelings. She's a pretty nice girl, but this is way over the line. Any advice? Yeah, you got to tell her to screw. You have to totally cut her off, and you can't have any interaction with her because any sort of interaction with this woman is going to make her feel like you guys, that justifies her relationship. You know what I mean? I feel bad that she's in this mind state, but you don't have to deal with it. First of all, lock your fucking window. And if she ever comes in your house again, you need to call the cops. I would stand outside and have the cops go in and get her out, and I would have legal record that that's what she did. Okay? And then don't talk to her at all. Don't answer the phone. Nothing. And you have to cut her out of your life because she's out of her fucking mind. All right? That's what I would do. And when she cries or does whatever, do not comfort her and go, I'm sorry, but I'm just not into you, because in her world, the relationship just started over again. You got to cut the head off the snake. End it. All right? There you go. All right. When is too old to start a band? Well, listen, I just started playing out with... I'm not in a band, but I got to tell you, dude, it's fucking... I got to tell you something. Going down and doing that goddamn comedy jam and sitting in with the band is the most fun shit I've done in a long time. I literally drive down there with, like, butterflies, like this nervous excitement. You know how long it's been since I've had that? I'm getting outside my comfort zone, and I know, obviously, I'm not going to join a band or anything, but whatever that experience is, artistically, is going to help me in my acting. It's somewhere down the road, that experience is going to fucking help me, and I don't know, it's the fucking best. Anyways, he goes, when is too old to start a band? He goes, hey, Bill, my boyfriend, she says, sorry. Oh, nice, a female wrote in. God damn it, I love when this happens. Says, my boyfriend of 2 years has been involved has been very involved in theater and music. He was in bands throughout high school and college as a drummer. About a year ago, he joined a cover band, which I'm totally supportive of. It's a really nice hobby, and I love going to his shows. Now we are getting pretty close to moving in together. He talks at length about our future, that what we need to do to get there, etc. Basically, we are being grown-ups, and despite what you're probably thinking, he is actually the one that brings up our future and more than me. I'm not judging you. I'm reading this open-mindedly. She goes, well, I'm reading this open-mindedly as I keep calling you he. She says this. About a week ago, he says that he and the chick in the cover band want to start their own two-person original band. And based on certain things he has said, he seems pretty serious about trying to make something of it, i.e. comments about me going on tour with him or about becoming a rich musician, etc. My first reaction, you're 31. You don't really like your job much. Parentheses, people that hate their careers tend to want to try something else. You talk to me about our future and what we have to do to get there. You want to start dedicating your time to a 2-person band. I haven't said any of this to him because I don't want to come off as unsupportive. But I mean, at what age do you face the reality and stop trying to live out a 15-year-old's dream? Granted, it seemed very unlikely that anything will come of it. Sorry, just being honest. But doesn't this seem like a midlife crisis 10 years too early? I should mention he also sent me this horrendous skull tattoo today that he suddenly wants on his arm. Or am I being selfish and an asshole? Be blunt, I can take it. All right. There's a lot of shit going on in this one. Is 31 too late to start in a band? Technically, no, I don't think it is. And when you said, that he's having a midlife crisis, I hate that expression. And however, and at first I didn't like that you used it until he was talking about getting the awful skull tattoo on his arm. That loaned a lot of credibility to the midlife crisis comment. I would say this. I think this is a person that wanted to be in a band, a successful band, and is now 31 and is realizing, like, fuck, if I'm going to do this, I need to do this now. All right? But going out and getting the skull tattoo is, that really, I don't know. I don't know about that part. That's making me feel like your assessment of the situation. I mean, without me seeing this guy play, I can't tell you, but like, at this point, he's in a cover band and he has a job, and that is your relationship. This guy has a job, he has a steady income, and he has this cover band. Now, all of a sudden, he's going to get a skull tattoo, quit his job, and potentially go on the road and take you with him. Now, I'm assuming you have a fucking job. So he is creating an entirely new dynamic. So you're in the right to be like, what the fuck are we doing here? And you're in a tough position where you don't want to be like, listen, this dream that you've had, but for some reason didn't go after it the way you should have. I understand being in a cover band to like pay the fucking bills, but if you're not making original music, there's only so far that you can fucking go as far as my understanding of it. So I don't think that you're being an asshole. The skull tattoo thing is really like a major fucking red flag to me. That, does he have any other tattoos? If he doesn't have any other tattoos and out of nowhere he's like, all right, I'm going to stop being in this cover band. I'm going to finally take this fucking thing seriously and I'm going to go out and get some fucking awful goddamn tattoo. Yeah, I would be kind of concerned about the guy and what he was doing. But as far as the whole midlife crisis thing, that gets thrown around a lot when somebody goes after a dream. And there's nothing wrong with being 31 years old and then assessing your life, being like, wait a minute, I've been on this road I don't want to go on. I need to go on this other road. And I think a lot of times people who aren't going after a dream can't relate to it. I'm not saying this is you, but they can't relate to somebody going after a dream and taking a big risk, and they attribute it to having a midlife crisis. Or they don't have a dream. They're just going to work, and that's fine. Working for somebody else and doing the 9-to-5 grind, as long as you make enough money and you have your benefits and you like where you live, like that's fine, like that's your dream. And they can't understand somebody going after something. But I would definitely not call it a midlife. I don't know. I guess it is technically a midlife crisis. I mean, all a midlife crisis is like, fuck, I better get on this stick, or the things that I wanted in life I'm not going to have. It's like, me, when I'm sitting there talking about, I'm finally going to get myself a nice fucking car if I can ever get finished with this goddamn downstairs. And I'm talking about some of the cars I'm looking at, and it just comes to, it's like, if I don't ever do this, I'm never going to do it. I think when you're young, you can be like, oh, I'll do this someday. I'll do this someday. Someday I'm going to do this. You can lie to yourself. And in life, you have to understand that, no, if I don't do this, I'm never going to do this. Does that make sense? If I don't go over to fucking Europe, I'm never going to go to Europe unless I get my fucking ass over there. I'm never going to have this car that I always wanted unless I go down to the dealership and fucking buy the goddamn thing.